Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 John Bapst Memorial High School Commencement Ceremony. At this time, gentlemen, please remove your caps. Seniors, you can keep yours on. As the senior singers present the national anthem. Please be seated. Good afternoon again. My name is Dave Armistead. I'm the head of school at John Bapst. I want to welcome all our guests who have come from far and wide to be here with us today. I particularly want to recognize Mr. Mel Mackay, our former head of school, Chair of our board, Mr. Dan Wellington, Dr. Tom Jensen, and Ms. Karen Boudreau, who are with us today. It is an honor for all of us to stand before you and present this fine class of graduates this afternoon. This group of seniors were in their first year of high school when the pandemic shut everything down. In their 4 years, they adapted to 3 different modes of learning, through 6 different schedules and pandemic-related guidelines that seem to change and shift constantly. These students rose to the challenge every time. Their teachers also had to respond to those same challenges. They had to rethink their curriculum and their teaching time and time again. They did it all with professionalism and passion. The accomplishments of our seniors reflect their hard work and the work of these dedicated teachers. Please take a moment to thank them for getting us through all this. In the program, you will see students' graduation honors and scholarships that have been awarded. This is a very talented group of seniors. They have risen to unbelievable challenges and have done exceptionally well. It is rather typical for a school of such exceptional students to have multiple students that reach the very top academically, and this year is no different. We are proud to have 5 particularly high-powered seniors today, 2 co-salutatorians, 2 co-valedictorians, as well as our top international student. You will hear from each of them today. Samantha Ishmael is from New Hamden and is the daughter of Kirsten and Scott Ishmael. She is one of our co-salutatorians this year. Samantha, like all our honorees who are speaking today, has taken a truly impressive record of honors and AP courses and has excelled in all of them. She is passionate about science, engineering, and technology, and this year she worked with our academic dean to create an independent study exploring the intersection of history and science. Samantha is a gifted leader who built her own all-female robotics team, serving as the youngest robotics captain this school has ever seen. Recruiting, retaining, and developing talent, her grit and leadership helped her team win a state championship last year. Her field research in biology helped her toward becoming a John Bapst Distinguished Graduate. Her project on microplastics and marine algae won 6 awards at the State Science Fair last spring, including first place for environmental sciences. Samantha is on her way to Notre Dame this fall. Please give her your attention as she gives us a welcome. Samantha. This is a really sensitive mic, so stay back.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the John Bapst Class of 2023 graduation ceremony. It is an honor to welcome you all, family, friends, faculty, staff, board members, and distinguished guests to this special day. Each and every one of you has played a role in helping us get to where we are today, and we are beyond grateful. Our class has accomplished so much throughout these past 4 years, and we have learned to navigate through the many crazy challenges that we have been presented with. Without the support of teachers, friends, loved ones, and all of our peers, we wouldn't be where we are today. A couple weeks ago, I received a special letter from an old middle school teacher. It was a letter that I wrote as an 8th grader to my future self as a now graduating senior. I spent most of the time while reading this letter laughing at how bad my spelling was just 4 years ago, but when I finished reading, I realized the power of the advice that 13-year-old me had written, and was surprised that it had such an impact on me 4 years later. Most of my letter reflected on the little achievements that I had in middle school, like getting a PR in high jump or winning a soccer tournament. And while I laughed at how proud little me was of these fairly small accomplishments, I realized the importance of celebrating yourself in everything that you do. Often we are looking for the next thing to accomplish, and we forget to celebrate ourselves and the things we have already done, no matter how small they may seem. This letter and gift from my past self were so special to me. So for my speech, I thought I would write a letter from our class of 2023 now to our future selves. Dear future us, today is a big day. We are graduating high school and starting a brand new chapter in our lives. These past 4 years have been full of ups and downs, many unexpected challenges and successes. No matter what we have gone through, we made it. None of us could have predicted the 4 years we've had, but we have learned to love all of our experiences. We're about to enter a brand new phase of our lives, and it's definitely scary. Some of us will move far away, some will stay close to home, but no matter where we end up, life is going to be a lot different. However, if we have learned anything from our high school experience, it is that scary situations are the ones that give us the most opportunities to grow and to learn. So, wherever we are now, I hope we are happy, healthy, and hopeful. I hope we never lose this feeling that we have right now, the excitement for all that lies ahead. And most importantly, remember, wherever we end up in the future, don't forget the amazing things we have done in the past. I want to close by saying thank you. Thank you to ourselves for working so hard these past 4 years. Thank you to our supporters, friends, family, teacher, and every single person who helped us get to this new part of our lives. Congratulations to the entire class of 2023 for this incredible accomplishment. And most importantly, congratulations to all of us for every small achievement that has gotten us to where we are today. Never forget to celebrate yourself, the things you've accomplished, and the person that you are. You are all important in this world, and we must never let ourselves forget that. Thank you for the honor of letting me speak today at such a special occasion, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2023. We did it. Thank you.
Sophie Kahn is from Hamden and is the daughter of Andrew and Monique Kahn. She is one of our 2 co-valedictorians this year. Sophie has excelled on the math team for all 4 years of high school, helping win a state championship this year. She is a National Merit finalist and is equally passionate about ballet and violin. She brings the precision and focus required in these 2 disciplines into her academic work. Sophie is not only intelligent and driven, she is also committed and kind. She volunteers weekly at the local food bank, and she takes the talents she has honed via practice and hard work and generously shares them with others. This past winter, for example, she choreographed the Nutcracker free of charge, and this year, her gift truly meant that the show could go on. She is a distinguished graduate applying her mathematical analysis skills to examine bankruptcies in hospitals related to the COVID pandemic. Sophie is on her way to Mount Holyoke this coming fall. Please welcome Sophie Kahn. It's a very sensitive microphone.
Good afternoon to my fellow graduates, faculty, staff, parents, friends, and loved ones. Thank you for being here and for giving me the opportunity to speak at such a special occasion. As I thought over the past few weeks about speaking with you all today, one word kept coming to mind: yikes. Like so many of you, my days of late have consisted of equal parts excitement and apprehension. Thinking about all that we have accomplished in the past 4 years and the pivotal chapter of our lives that we are about to embark on feels a bit like a seesaw. As quickly as the exhilaration and celebrations propel me upward, the gravity of the challenges ahead and the massive list of unknowns plant me back on the ground with a reverberating thud. Hence, the yikes. I'm sure you're having your own yikes moments as well. So today, I thought I would share some wisdom to help us through these moments in whatever form they take. These words of wisdom come to you not from some historical figure or motivational speaker, but from Ted Lasso. For those of you who are not familiar with Ted Lasso, it's a fantastic TV show about an American football coach who's hired to coach a British soccer team with absolutely no knowledge of the sport. Despite being totally clueless in his new role, Ted always manages to find just the right words to help his team overcome obstacles. Just the right words to help navigate his own uncertainty. In all likelihood, we will have many yikes moments in the coming months as we adjust to new schools or jobs, leave home potentially for the first time, or explore our potential career paths. Yikes moments will find our parents, too, as they watch us head out into the world and wonder if they've adequately prepared us for what lies ahead. But TED offers this guidance to tackle these challenges. Taking on a challenge is a lot like riding a horse. If you're comfortable while you're doing it, you're probably doing it wrong. And no, there was no way I was going to even attempt Ted's accent. I suppose in life, it's possible to take the safe route. Avoid the challenges, skip the inclines, opt for even ground, stay inside of your comfort zone. But here's the thing, that comfort zone can function like a box, a monotonous, restrictive box that limits our experiences and perspectives and ultimately leaves us stagnating. However, pushing ourselves outside of the self-imposed boundaries of that box will allow us to see what we're truly capable of. Most people here today probably don't know that when I was in preschool, I had a stutter. I wanted to simply avoid talking because it was so frustrating. I wanted to retreat to the safety of that box. Thankfully, my parents nixed that idea, and a year or two of speech therapy later, I was once again able to harness the power of my voice. I never imagined being able to be here speaking with you all today. Back then, I could barely get my words out enough to ask for a glass of milk. At that time, I had no idea what I was capable of or how tackling the challenge before me would change my life. The new experiences facing us today may be scary or even overwhelming at times, but facing them head on equips us with the skills to effectively tackle whatever comes our way. Let's embrace the uncertainty of a challenge. Uncertainty is often where opportunity lives, where ingenuity and creativity thrive, and where self-confidence flourishes. So, as a nod to TED, saddle up and celebrate the unknown. Embrace those yikes moments. Okay, so one last nugget of wisdom from TED. He has a saying, living in the moment is a gift. That's why they call it the present. The very nature of our high school and post-secondary lives is structured with a forward momentum. With each accomplishment or completed task, we tend to set our sights on the next and the next. Of course, This reaching and striving helps propel us toward our goals. But when unbalanced, excessive reaching far forward, away from our center, causes us to topple and faceplant. The lessons of the past help guide us and hopefully steer us toward good choices, while our hopes for the future inspire and motivate us. But ultimately, it is in the present moment where we actually live our lives. Ask yourself, what will you remember about your 4 years at John Bapst? Will you tell your grandchildren one day about that exam you aced? Or will you share that amazing memory of the excitement when we see Mrs. Lammert with her snow day crown on? Mr. Armistead's dad jokes at the beginning of assemblies. Running with your friends through the frigid stands at homecoming as purple people. The feeling of belonging when you look each morning at the banner in the foyer that reads, "Everyone is welcome." It is easy to assume that future success hinges on always keeping your eyes on the prize. But any successes we have depend in action in the present moment. Today is where the action happens. Today, we can embrace the power of collaboration by creating connections with the communities around us. Today, we can put down technology and experience the world to its fullest. With gratitude for our past triumphs and mindfulness of where we're headed, today, we make the choices that matter. In the midst of striving to attain future success, don't forget to savor the moments that, when pieced together, are your life. As we bid farewell to John Bapst, let's carry the spirit of Ted Lasso with us. Let's run toward the challenges that await us. Let's live fully today, grounding ourselves with gratitude and priceless connections with friends and loved ones. Let us never forget the incredible friendships and growth we've experienced together. Today, we celebrate not only our accomplishments, but also the endless possibilities that lie ahead. As we depart from the familiar and step into the unknown, keep in mind that our journey has only just begun. Here's to the start of a new adventure. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie. Karen L. Boudreau grew up in Brewer and possessed a fierce determination, even as a high school student. Her parents told her she could not attend John Bapst, and she told her she was attending John Bapst, graduating from us in 1977. If you take some time to read her bio in the program, you will see that she did not slow down after graduating. A first-generation college student, she put herself through school at the University of Maine and then moved on to George Washington University School of Law. She has represented some of the largest corporations in the US. For those of our graduates who attend UMaine, you will see Boudreau Hall, which was named after Karen, right on the mall near the library. She is a highly accomplished attorney, author, and lecturer. She is the first graduation speaker we've had that actually asked to meet with seniors for their advice as she prepared her remarks. She also gave each senior 2 books, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People and The Millionaire Next Door. These are not only good books, but she's lived those lessons all her life. Like the millionaires in the book, she has been frugal throughout her life, one of the things that has contributed to her phenomenal success. She is brilliant, a formidable presence, and a good friend. She loves John Bapst as much as anyone I know. I am honored to introduce her as our guest speaker today. Please welcome Mrs. Karen Boudreau to the podium.
Got my soul. Otherwise, you can't see me. Got to put my glasses on, I'm old. Thank you all for letting me speak to you today, and also for being part of your senior night. You all are an amazing group of young people, way more so than the Southern California kids I see in San Diego. I want to congratulate you on meeting the first milestone on your journey. I know you all worked hard and your high school experience hasn't been what you thought it might be. I hope I have something useful and entertaining to say. Earlier this week, you received the package that Dave mentioned, and you have my contact information. Feel free to contact me anytime in the future. Link to me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the social media for business people. And if I can ever be of assistance to you now or anytime, I'm happy to do it. When I was thinking about this talk, I asked many of my friends if anyone remembered who spoke at their commencements and what the speaker said. All but one said no. I said no too. And only one remembered who spoke, and that was because it was the Vice President George H.W. Bush, but he didn't remember a word that person said either. Given that, I only want to ask you to remember one fact, and I have a few things to share with you that I wish I had known when I graduated from John Bapst way back in the dark ages. In keeping with what many of you said on senior night, the fact I want you to remember is this. If you work hard, you're resilient, you ask for and take advice from others, and let others help you, you can accomplish whatever goals you choose, excluding all the physical ones like I wasn't going to play basketball. Your goals don't need to be set in stone, nor do they need to be about money or career. Your goal can be to travel the world or make a difference in your community. Changing your goals is not failure, provided you have another goal. Also, you don't need to know your specific endpoint. Life is a journey. I started with a specific career goal, and I'll explain later why I changed it, and instead mostly just used the serendipity approach to my career. I took the jobs I wanted, traveled the world, and had many wonderful experiences, not to mention that it turned out to be more lucrative. Notice that being smart and having great grades isn't on my list. No matter how smart you are, I believe that if you don't have the 4 qualities I said before, you won't achieve your goals. I've basically never been the smartest person in the room, but I have often been the most hardworking. I remember my first day of law school at GW, always a night student, and there were at least 124 people in the room, and they were like running congressmen's offices and all these important things. And I looked at them and I thought, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be in the bottom half of the class. What am I gonna do? So I said, I've got a plan. So I figured out who the smartest kids in the class were, and I joined their study group. That's how I did well in law school. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to get it figured out. Perhaps the most important of the items I talked about is resiliency. Your generation knows more about resiliency than any generation since the greatest generation who survived the Great Depression and World War II. You know things are absolutely going to go wrong, and how you handle that is the deciding factor. When things go badly, look at the 4 items that I suggested and see which one or ones of them you need to do. And as you have these 4 years, turn to your friends, your family, your mentors, and you'll make it through. The third item I want to say is who your friends are matters. Clearly, you are all friends. I saw that on senior night. As you know, friends are the people with whom you have a real relationship, not just someone you know online. By the way, most people don't know that these days. You have a great benefit in knowing that. Your friends are the people you actually know and know you. Both the good and the bad, you both trust each other. Those are the people who won't judge you and who you don't need to impress. It's your friends who will be there when things aren't going well, and they are the people who can and will tell you when you are on the wrong track, and you must do the same for them. You are likely to be as successful as your friends. If you choose to hang around with non-working drug users, your chances of reaching your goals are going to be reduced. If your friends are successful, they will have the contacts, experience, and knowledge to be helpful to you. Plus, they tend to be a lot more fun. The fourth item I want to say is that karma exists. Karma in the Indian tradition means action. Generally in Western culture, many believe that the actions we take, good and bad, come back to us. I absolutely agree with that. One of my basic beliefs, and what I would encourage you to adopt, is that I never miss an opportunity to do a favor for someone else that costs me little or nothing. I find doing for others improves my mood and brightens my day. Many times, those little favors have come back to me in ways that I could never have thought. But the converse is also true. Some people believe that status and success are a zero-sum game, and that their status and success must come by reducing the status or limiting the success of others. That's just not true. There is not a limited pie. To the extent you help someone else succeed, it will not limit your success, but rather enhance it. I think you have all seen through your experience at John Bapst that this is true. What I have seen over the decades in the business world is that those who act badly generally end up less successful, not more. People can feel and see their negative energy and are less likely to help them or want to work with them. I was so impressed to see the positive attitude you all have. It will serve you very well. The last item I want to say is to reiterate what Tracy Vaux said in her speech. You should definitely not listen to anyone who says you cannot achieve your goals or tries to dissuade you from pursuing them. There are many people, particularly when I was in Maine, that told me I could not achieve my goals and that it was a waste of my time to try. In my experience, many of these people come from a place of bitterness, having not achieved their own goals. I had to learn that there was no place in my life for those people. They couldn't or wouldn't help me, but rather tried to create a drag on my ability to reach my goals. My suggestion to you is to not only not listen to those people, but as your parents have probably told you, don't play with bad children, so just get them out of your life. I wanted to share a story with you. When I was 29, I left IBM, which was the greatest legal department in the country, to become the US Assistant General Counsel for the Oracle Corporation. It was a great job for someone so young. After I'd been there a few months, I discovered that the corporation was engaged in securities fraud, manipulating their earnings and making false statements to both the government and shareholders. That's a felony. When I discovered this, I needed to look at myself and decide what was most important, my career or my ethics and integrity. I rightly, I believe, chose my ethics and integrity. I refused to engage in any activities that would further this fraud. Not surprisingly, I was shortly thereafter fired. So there I was, 30 years old, no job, big mortgage, student loans, and on the receiving end of everything Oracle could throw at me to make my life miserable and prevent me from getting another job. In sum, things blew up in my face. However, I learned some important lessons going through this. First, I learned that I was strong enough to put my integrity first. Second, I discovered that I had many more friends than I ever thought. People I hadn't spoken to in years called and offered me support and provided help. Third, I learned that my career was not my real goal. My real goal was financial security, and that's the goal I then pursued, and that's how I ended up with a serendipity approach to my career, which was way more fun. This story isn't a secret. You can check it out online. But to recap, I want to remind you of the one thing that I asked you to remember. That's if you work hard, you're resilient, you ask for and take advice from others, and let others help you, you can achieve any goal you set. And based on what I've seen, you all will. In closing, I want to share just one last story. A few years ago, I reconnected with an old friend of mine from DC. She'd been in China for decades, so we'd lost touch. We had a wonderful breakfast, and I was taking her back to a hotel, and she asked me a question. She said, Karen, I've thought about you often over the years, and I remember you worked so hard and sacrificed to achieve your goals. I often wondered if you achieved those goals. Did you? I thought for a minute, and I said, Jeanette, I not only achieved those goals, I achieved goals I couldn't have even imagined having. What I wish for each of you is that decades from now, when you look back on your life, you can say you achieved goals you couldn't even imagine having today. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy this first step on your life's journey.
Karen, I have Thank you very much, Karen. Seniors, are you ready? Are you okay? At this time, I'd like to introduce Principal and Academic Dean, Mr. Jason O'Reilly, who's going to present diplomas to our graduates. Mr. O'Reilly.
I'd like to introduce Chair of the Board, Dan Wellington, who along with Karen Boudreau will help congratulate the graduates. We are assisted today by Gwen Rand, National Honor Society President-elect. Samantha Lily Ismail. Sophie Junsha Khan. Natalie Ann Logan. Martin Christopher Skasel. Jaeyeon Lim. Emily Jordan Adams. Emery Ryan Odebert. Cameron William Richard Barker. Gavin James Bartlett. Lucian Daniel Bilodeau. Sebastian Taylor Blackwood. Georgiana Gillian Borg. Eduardo Barini. Faith Morgan Bouchard. Ellie Jane Boudreau. Madison J. Brown. Allie Reagan Campbell. Megan Elizabeth Clare. Peter Jonah Clark. Hunter Thomas Kluke. Jameson Jeremy Cole. Dakota Allen Colson. Owen Luke Cody. Andrew Thurston Chapiga. Keegan Jean Day. Logan Page Dempsey. Quinya Ding. Emily Brooke Drake. Aiden John Dunn. Colby David Joseph Dyer. Mattia Eberly. Filippo Falchi Cow. Noah Thomas Farragher Houghton. Joshua Pethuel Fish. Matthew Tyler Fitzpatrick. Sherry Ann Foster. Cole Robert Francis. Alyssa Shea Freeman. Cole, come on back. Arabella Audrey Yunlin Fung. Aristo Aiden Shilin Fung. Mark John Gattani. Lucas Edward Gagnon. Weiss Gao. Sarah Ann Geiser. Noah Cameron Gendro. Julia Giraldo. Ashley Erica Goodwin. Connor Michael Gooley. Abigail Lauren Green. Lee Jacob Grover. Miles Acton Harrison. Tessa Grace Hartley. Sophia Ray Harrington. Hunter Pablo Higgins. Lillian Aldea Higgins. William Andrew Hillary. Hanwei Hong. Kaylee Shea Hoare. Ethan Michael Humphrey. Caroline Nicole Arabino. Tayun M. Paige Mackenzie Inferrati. Javier Zanin. Lucy Shah. Alexandra Helene Jones. Emerson Isaiah Jones. Christian Alexander Kanawada. Claire Elizabeth Kelly. Mia Langley Kavari. Hannah Rose Lamontagne. Sophia Christina Largay. Antoinette Lucia Logan. Marcos Luengo Perez. Jaju Ma. Emma Elizabeth Mamula. Sophie Madeline Marquis. Joshua Thomas Martin. Jack Everett Mason. Cameron Anson McCafferty. Kylie Hope McCafferty. Elijah Wheeler McKnight. Elena Bryn Mitchell. Hayden Caprice Mitchell. Nolan Thomas Mitchell. Braden Paul Mott. And to present the next diploma, please welcome to the stage. He's coming. Faculty member Mike Murphy. To present the diploma to Shannon Elise Murphy. Hua Ga Yuan. Zachary Charles Norman. Rachel Colleen Normant. Ava Grace Okresick. Morgan Neto Orcutt. Rongda Uyang. Madeline Elise Pachalski. Jonathan McKay Pangburn. Jacqueline Abigail Parker. Aiden Arthur Pelkey. Natalie Aurora Pepin. Mason James Perkins. Tan Long Nguyen Pham. Gavin Michael Pierce. Samuel Garvin Pote. Landon Derek Preston. Caleb Ryan Robbins. Chance Fletcher Romero. Adam Anthony Rosenberg. Tiana Maria Ryder. Dylan John Sawyer. Caitlin May Seal. Alexandros Shanos. Anya Judith Schulman. Kyle Douglas Sidaway. Connor Nicholas Simcox. Brady Isaiah Smith. Elise Annette Susi. Avery Ray Starks. Bryce David Stenzel. Nigel Owen Tall. Nathan Robert Tibbetts. Ludovico Torresine. Zane Scott Twining Baker. Anyo Van Bo. Carter Evan Walls. Emma Catherine Wardrop. Megan Lynn Watson. Liam Peter Wielden. Zachary John White. Jacob Joseph Whitmore. Keller Acadia Whitney. Emma Grace Wickett. Aaron Howard Willard. Jane Wu. Julia. And Ever John Paul Zamora. Graduates, please stand. Dr. Armistead, Mr. Wellington, Ms. Boudreau, and assembled guests, as the principal and academic dean of John Bapst, it is my pleasure and privilege to present the graduates of the John Bapst Memorial High School class of 2023. Congratulations. Graduates, using your right hand, move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. I'd like to invite Dr. Armistead back to the podium.
Please be seated. We have 3 more student speakers before we conclude for the day. Eric Lim is the son of Sung Moon Han and Ho Young Lim from Seoul, South Korea. I first met Eric when he and his mom met our Director of International Programs and me in a hotel lobby for an interview as part of his application. He struck me then as serious, mature, and academically driven. He has proven himself to be all that and more. Despite coming to John Bapst mid-year in his 9th grade year and studying in a second language, Eric has consistently proven himself to be a top student and visible member of our community. He has friends from all over the world here and has consistently hit academic home runs. John Bapst has an exceptional math department with courses that reach to the 3rd year college level, and Eric has outstripped even our curriculum, diving into linear algebra at Johns Hopkins online. He has harnessed artificial intelligence for good, training it to more accurately read and identify hate speech online. A gifted athlete, humanitarian, and even actor, he is one of our top overall students and is on his way to Georgia Tech in the fall. Please welcome Eric Lim. It's a very sensitive microphone.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to express gratitude to all those who have made this day possible and have joined us here to celebrate our graduation. To the teachers, friends, families, administrators, and staff, thank you. Today, as a representative of the class of 2023, and as an international student from South Korea, I stand before you to not only congratulate all my fellow graduates, but also to share some of my perspectives as an international student. Throughout our high school years, we have faced tremendous challenges, from navigating the uncertainties of the COVID-19 pandemic to showcasing our academic, artistic, athletic, and personal achievements, all while contemplating our future career path. For international students like myself, there were additional challenges, including returning to our home countries and spending months away from school. I vividly remember the day I arrived in the United States. On the way to my first day at John Bapst, the first thing that struck me was, wow, I've never seen this amount of snow in South Korea. Walking through those snow-covered paths was cold and laborious, but little did I know that my journey as a student at Bapst would be filled with warmth and unwavering support. I was fortunate to start a new chapter of my life in such a nurturing environment. Now, as we prepare to venture into new environments, whether here in Maine or elsewhere, I want to share a realization that has helped me navigate unfamiliar experiences. My accomplishments are the result of collective efforts of those around me. Each day, my journey begins with a breakfast prepared by the school cook. As I step into the school building, I'm greeted by the maintained buildings by the custodians, and the teachers provide us with education and guidance. It is the combined effort of these individuals, both seen and unseen, that enables me to focus on my academic pursuits solely. Furthermore, my friends and acquaintances, each with their unique perspectives and qualities, have enriched my life. We all possess different skills and abilities, but it is widely known that greatness is rarely achieved alone. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, needed Steve Wozniak. Lionel Messi, the renowned soccer player, owes his success to his grandmother's support and suggestion to play soccer in his childhood years. And the Star Wars movie series would not exist without the investment and belief of 20th Century Fox. These remarkable achievements all required the support and recognition of others who recognize their value. Embracing this concept has been instrumental in my journey, and it is what has brought me to this very moment. Acknowledging the power of positive relationships, I eagerly anticipate exploring my full potential and achieving something great. Embracing new connections and entering unfamiliar environments no longer intimidates me. Instead, it is an opportunity to create meaningful networks, an opportunity to gain diverse perspectives, and most importantly, an opportunity to reach my true potential. As we all start our new journeys, I want you to seize these opportunities. Cherish the interactions with the people around you, both now and in the future, and treat them with respect. While there may be individuals who may not appreciate you for small reasons, remember that there will always be more who will cherish you and support you for even the smaller reasons, although you might think those reasons are very trivial. Speaking of relationships, John Bapst has provided us with an environment that epitomizes positivity and mutual support. We have all had those friends with whom we could share some random jokes, catch up on missed classworks, or engage in conversations on any topic at any time. There's a saying that it's not conflicts that end relationships between people. Most relationships end simply because time passes. As I now see you after this graduation, I hold each and every one of you in the highest regard together. We have achieved something incredible, and I recognize that my accomplishments would not have been possible without all of you. As you move forward, may every place you visit and every person you meet be a new opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Thank you and congratulations.
Eric. That's right, this is right. Natalie Logan is one of our co-salutatorians this year. Natalie is from Glenburn, and she is the daughter of Ted and Sarah Logan. She is a superb student and an energetic learner. She has known since 8th grade that she wants to do cancer research. She began that work while still a student in high school. With encouragement and strong support from our science department, Natalie applied for and won a place in the highly selective internship program at Jackson Lab. Her work led to a discovery of a possible metabolic pathway to help stop tumor growth. That discovery is still being studied by the lab. Natalie's science fair project, based on her work at the lab, won first place in the state for biomedical and health sciences. And at age 17, she is the second author on a scientific paper. Natalie will join the freshman class at Stanford in the fall. Please welcome Natalie Logan.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank Mr. Armistead and Mr. O'Reilly for presenting me with the opportunity to address you all today. I would also like to thank the teachers I have had during my time at John Bapst. Your dedication to your students and your commitment to our education has made a world of difference in all of our lives. In addition, I would like to thank my family, especially my twin sister, without whom I would not be standing here. Thank you for sharing your life with me these past 18 years and for being a constant source of encouragement. I would not be the person I am without you. Finally, to my parents, thank you for always being unwavering supporters of my life's goals. Growing up in an environment where all my wildest ideas were received with encouragement has been instrumental in developing my love to create and discover. Speaking of which, what do you do with an idea? This is a question that we will all inevitably face if we have not already, as we move into this next chapter of our academic careers. We all have great ideas every day, even if we do not think much about them. However, every once in a while, there may be a spark that ignites an idea so powerful that you can think of nothing else. When this passion strikes, how do you cultivate it? How do you protect it? What do you do with it? In addition to being a question that I have personally attempted to answer, it is also the question that motivates the journey of a young boy in a book written by Kobe Yamada. This is a journey that has inspired me and that I would like to share with all of you. In this story, a boy recognizes that he has an idea but has no clue how to treat it. Because of this idea's inherent foreign nature, the boy initially turns it away. Regardless of inattention, the idea persists and eventually becomes something he really loves. His reluctance to give the idea the energy and effort it required to prosper stemmed from the fear of rejection, disapproval, or failure. The boy's ability to overcome this internal challenge and pursue his idea acts as a reminder that we should not be discouraged or think less of ourselves if we are passionate about something society may deem unworthy or unimpressive. The boy comes to realize that it's okay if his idea is different, weird, and maybe a little crazy. There is not a single person who reserves the right to determine whether the things we do or choose to pursue have value. After recognizing the value in his idea, the boy gives it the attention it needs to explore limitless possibilities. Investing time and energy into ourselves may be daunting, especially when the outcome of this effort is uncertain. It may seem intimidating to move onto the world stage and learn how to use our unique perspectives and ideas to make a difference in our new communities. However, we should always maintain a measure of self-confidence. Given our growth as individuals during our time at John Bapst, there is no doubt that our class is capable of great things. Already, we have exceeded every expectation. I could have spent the length of this speech, realistically, the length of this ceremony, detailing the vast accomplishments of our athletes, artists, researchers, musicians, academics, authors, engineers, entrepreneurs, and community builders. Even today, we continue to push ourselves with athletes and performers bringing their seasons to a strong finish amidst all of graduation's exciting chaos. Each and every one of us is an extraordinary person, and we must not let society's pressure, indifference, or hubris affect us. This brings us to the conclusion of the story where the young boy discovers what you actually do with an idea. You change the world. As we leave high school and start to write our individual lives' journeys, it is my sincere hope that this is what we all strive to do with ideas of our own. It has been my honor to have spent these past 4 years with you all, and I can earnestly say that I would not have wanted to share this moment with anyone else. Thank you.
Come on over here, Lord. Thank you. Martin Skasel is one of our co-valedictorians this year. Martin is from VZ and is the son of Marek Skasel and Anna Maria Staselova. He has taken some of our most rigorous courses, including 11 AP courses in his 4 years at John Bapst, earning top marks on all those exams. Martin is a National Merit finalist and scholarship winner. He has also been a member of our concert band as well as soccer and swimming teams. Martin is an accomplished student in many areas, a competitive athlete, can play a musical instrument, and is confident yet humble and down to earth. And I'm sure that Laura would argue that he has the best sister in the world. Martin will enter the Ivy League at Dartmouth this coming fall. Please welcome Martin Skasel. It's all yours. It's a really sensitive microphone.
All right. Thank you. As Drake once said, we started from the bottom, and now we're here. When I gave a speech at my middle school graduation, I wrote the entire thing the night that it was due. 4 years later, I like to think that I'm now a wiser student who has no problem with deadlines. So this time around, I decided to approach this speech the same way that I would when writing an important final exam paper. And so, the night of the deadline, I began. I guess some things never really change. First of all, I want to thank the teachers and staff at John Bapst. As students, we can only be as great as our teachers, and we thank you for that. I also want to thank my family. I want to thank my grandparents for flying in from Slovakia to be here today. And I also want to thank my mom and dad. I don't think I would be speaking to you all right now if it weren't for them. Seriously, thanks, Mom, for reminding me that today was graduation. And my sister, Laura, you're my inspiration and role model. I remember just a few years ago when I watched your high school graduation, and just like that, it's my turn. And finally, I want to thank you, the class of 2023. Thank you for being my friends and classmates, and most importantly, for sending me the homework answers when I really needed them. Today, you've heard about where we came from and what we did in high school. But as the closing speaker, it's my job to talk about where we're going. The truth is, I don't know where we're going. Many things about the world and our lives are changing. The global population just passed 8 billion. All cars will soon drive themselves. Everything at the Dollar Tree now costs $1.25. And I wrote this entire speech using ChatGPT. I'm just kidding. Or am I? My point is that our future is uncertain. AI will replace many jobs, and many of us will have jobs that haven't even been invented yet. But I believe in the future of this class, and in this very room, I see the world's next doctors, lawyers, teachers, TikTokers, quantum physicists, and maybe even the next president. Vote Miles 2054. But no matter the career or how unpredictable the future may look, I have no doubts that this generation will be the solution. Now, as we move past the last 4 years and look forward to the future, you have the rare chance to recreate yourself. Leave the parts of yourself you don't like in the past and embrace the parts that bring you joy and make you unique. And don't waste a minute. 20 years from now, you'd give anything to be this exact age, exactly this healthy, and back in this exact moment. So take a second to enjoy it now. You can be anyone and do anything. I won't give you advice like follow your dreams or work hard, because you already know all of that. Of course, you should work hard. Work harder than anyone else. But don't lose sight of what really matters. Friendship is the most valuable currency you can have, worth more than money, more than fame. In 20 years, most of you will likely have forgotten that I was valedictorian, but you will remember that I was your friend. Now to the class of 2023. It's been a pretty wild ride. If we've learned anything in the past 4 years, it's that life is not predictable. What is true today won't necessarily be true tomorrow, so don't take anything for granted. Say please and thank you. Hug your parents more often, and keep in touch with your friends no matter what the future brings. I don't know what we'll be doing in 20 years or where we'll be, but I see the future sitting here in front of me right now, and I can tell you, it looks pretty bright. As my personal idol and rap legend, Nicki Minaj once said, "You're not gonna tell me who I am. I'm gonna tell you who I am." So, tell the world who you are. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Step right here. Congratulations once again to our graduates and also to their families and teachers. This was quite a journey. When the band begins playing the piece they've selected for our recessional, everyone please rise. The honored guests will leave, followed by the faculty and then our graduates. Families and guests are invited to connect with the graduates on the southeast lawn near the Paul Bunyan statue. Thank you for joining us today. Best of luck to all of our graduates.